Office News YouTube channel informs. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe if this video is interesting for viewers. A real F*******ing legacy. How Taylor Swift's reputation went from basic to beloved. If you liked Instagram filters, brunching, yes, the verbified version, cocktails, Ugg boots, scented candles, lattes from Starbucks, Pinterest-styled inspirational quotes or anything pumpkin-spiced, then you were basic. Perhaps the icon, the cult-like leader for this group of women was America's pop princess, Taylor Swift. And so, in the trenches of the early 2010s, to hate Taylor Swift was trendy. And, I'm not like other girls signed to those long-haired Bieber-fringed boys. Why was that never ridiculed, and other cool girls that you were different, unique, special? Of course, there were real reasons not to declare yourself a Swiftie, too. Perhaps you didn't like that girl squad of A-listers with sleek abs and spindly legs who posed on yachts, whose white skin glistened in the sun like champagne. Perhaps you found Swift's lack of political engagement uncomfortable. As one of the most influential women in America, she was notably quiet for many years. Or maybe, just as justified, you simply didn't like her music. But these weren't the reasons ever used. Instead, she was vilified for her serial dating, as one writer put it in a piece for The Ringer. She picks boyfriends like someone would fill positions on their fantasy team. She was ridiculed for her innocent excitement upon receiving awards, so fake, for her good girl act, for her body. Nikki Glaser said, "She's too skinny. It bothers me." She was labeled as slutty, as conniving and paradoxically as wide-eyed and innocent. Even this year, Damon Albarn said she didn't write her own songs, an age-old criticism that inspired or challenged Swift to write her third album, Speak Now, without any collaborators. And this was all before the Great Fall, or the Great War, as Taylor would put it, of 2016, when Kanye West leaked a tape, since debunked, that seemed to affirm everything the media had ever assumed of Miss Americana, that she was cunning, artfully deceitful, and ultimately a bad person. Hashtag Taylor Swift is over party trended on Twitter worldwide, whilst the snake emoji was deposited on her Instagram comments in their droves. The world had decided her fate. We all knew she was annoying, basic, whiny, cliché, adept at playing the victim. But now we had proof. That was 2016. It's 2022 now and, in the past few weeks, Swift has solidified her status as beloved, and bejeweled, in the public eye. It is no longer cool to hate Taylor Swift. In fact, her popularity is almost inconceivable. This is, in part, due to how it's not really cool to dislike any female celebrities in the way it used to be. Read. Anne Hathaway's triumphant return to popularism after having been hated for, literally no reason. Also read. The ascendance of feminism, and with it, a newfound understanding of internalized misogyny. Swift's latest release Midnights is crudely self-aware to the tune of synth-pop fun. Charting her many, sleepless nights, it reels from the dance bop of Karma to the soft-lit mournful maroon and dazzling dark revenge of vigilante shit. With this album, she is the first artist in history to hold every one of the top 10 spots on the Billboard Hot 100. It is the biggest album, in sales, since Adele's 25, and it's been streamed more than any other female artist in history. But that's not all. Last week, Swift essentially broke the internet as millions of US fans joined the queue to grab tickets for her upcoming tour. And the next day, Ticketmaster canceled the general sale after extraordinary high demand. Last week, she reigned supreme at both the MTV Emmys and the AMAs, which is, crucially, fan-voted, and our very own Stormzy, one of the UK's coolest music icons, was absolutely desperate to get a selfie with her in a proper fanboy moment. So, what happened? How did Taylor Swift's reputation shift so dramatically from the most basic of all bitches to the most beloved? Well, with her album Reputation, released in 2017, Swift turned the snake emoji into a weapon and reframed the narrative. During the pandemic, Folklore and Evermore were born out of a desire to write, to express herself, to delve into fictional characters and escape the moment, an almost painfully relatable desire. Her biopic, Miss Americana, shone a light on what it was really like to be Taylor Swift. Not the pop princess, but the individual fighting against the sexism of the music industry, the pressures both internal and external of perfectionism. Her raw frustration as she argued with her management about making a stand and coming out as anti-Trump in support the Democratic candidates choked her to tears, a stance which caused such a lift in registrations to vote that year. It was dubbed the Taylor Swift effect. In the film, we saw the then 28-year-old behind the glitzy marketing, who sits in a studio and eats a burrito whilst claiming that she's absolutely not ready for kids and all that stuff. It was a rare glimpse at the human behind the photo shoots and the polished lyrics. and it made many question why it was they decided to dislike her in the first place. Since then, we've seen a new side to her. A matured, passionate Taylor Swift who is no longer muzzling herself in order to be liked. Instead, she's putting herself and her reputation on the line. One example of this is her decision to call Ticketmaster out over their failure to handle demand last week, leaving thousands of fans without access to tickets. Another is her radical move to re-record her old albums to breathe new life into classic songs in a plot to regain control over her masters. Many of the millennials who used to hate the singer found themselves gravitating back to the tunes they'd grown up with. The All Too Well. The short film, for example, was an iconic cultural moment last November, when nostalgia brought us back to our younger selves from a mature viewpoint, as Swift does in the song. As one writer put it in an Elle article, the depressingly predictable downfall of Taylor Swift: no woman, not even Taylor Swift, can be America's sweetheart forever. We put a list of beauty queens like Swift on a pedestal, ask them for perfection, then turn against them as soon as they exhibit any kind of flawed humanity. Perhaps it is less Swift's doing and more our fledgling understanding of feminism that ridiculed her in the 2010s and now, in 2022, celebrates the pop perfection of Midnights. This self-recriminating viral earworm is all over TikTok. It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. The idea of the basic bitch is, similarly, fueled by misogyny. As ever, the tastes of teenage girls are ridiculed, just because they're teenage girls. But you know what's changing? Our perception of it all. Back in 2012, it wasn't cool to be feminist. Liking things that other girls liked, cranberry vodka, candles, mimosa-fueled brunches. Taylor Swift was inherently uncool, because being a young woman unashamed of her tastes was not acceptable. But in 2022, we have a new understanding. We know that many people disliked Taylor Swift because of internalized misogyny. And we as a society have a lot less time for it. Here are a few things that have gone from cringe to cool in the past few months. Ugg boots. We didn't predict this one. Crocs. They're hella comfy. Scented candles, especially winter spiced ones. Starbucks iced lattes. Thank you, Emma Chamberlain. Pastel-hued cocktails, and, of course, Taylor Swift. We are reclaiming what it is to love wonderful things, because we know that to dislike something just because it's basic, a dismissive term for anything adored by young women, is not very feminist at all. And that, dear reader, is a real F**********ing legacy to leave. That's how we present this content. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. For the support of our viewers, thank you.